It is extremely important to me that the stories we share are authentic and that we strive to tell both perspectives. I've been a local to this remarkable island 3 times and a tourist too many times to count. Our Home Your Holiday celebrates Aruba. There's a reason why Arubans are so patriotic, and there's a reason why visitors keep coming back. Let's dive into the elements that makes Aruba our home and the perfect holiday. Xander Bogaerts is a professional athlete from Aruba who is currently with the San Diego Padres. Previously, he was with the Boston Red Sox. Locals and tourists alike recognize Xander as an athlete who put Aruba on the map when it comes to Major League Baseball. We currently now have a 14-year-old baseball player on the island who just got pre-signed to a professional U.S. team. Could we have another major ball player on our hands? Let's head inside to Dijon's home and get to know him a little better.
¡Ay! ¡Se fue la bola! ¡Vamos allá, hombre! ¡Ay, mi madre!
The first time Dijon Macaris picked up a bat was when he was 2 years old. Throughout the years, his natural talent for baseball has come through. After many games, years of training, tryouts, and hard work, at the age of 14, he's been pre-signed to a professional team in the United States. Dijon says he loves everything about the sport and would do anything for the game. He is so proud at the thought of being able to represent the island internationally.
But we have very talented kids here in Aruba, and I hope everybody gets the chance to make their dream come true. They just gotta work hard and keep their head up, and I feel like it's good to be representing my island and be showing the kids what everybody can do, not only me.
We simply can't talk about professional baseball and Aruba without mentioning Xander Bogaerts, who is Aruban and plays in the big leagues.
Bogaerts jumps on this one.
It's fitting that the 14-year-old who is aspiring to play the major leagues looks up to Xander.
Okay, so Xander Bogaerts, yeah, I'm a fan of him because he's from our island. He inspires us every time, and we look up to him, and it's nice having him in the major leagues, and all the kids can look up to him so they can work hard to make the dream come true too.
A serious commitment from the young athlete is needed in order to pursue a career in sports professionally. But the journey also calls on family members to be supportive. Dijon's dad, Robert, says there's been a lot of traveling and hard work to get to this stage.
Making it happen, that the first step to get to the professional, to get maybe to be a professional player, is already something you can describe as a father.
The training Dijon undergoes is rigorous. He practices Mondays through Saturdays twice a day and for several hours each time. Robert says he doesn't take for granted that there are kids around the world who want to be pre-signed. From his experience with his son, it takes more than good skills nowadays.
You can have talent, but without discipline, it's not going to work. That's why at his age, with 12, 13 years, his discipline and his focus on what he wants, that was a really very important part of all this process.
Dijon is ready to show up on any plate, carrying the name of the island and hitting home runs.
I love it. I love representing Aruba, play for my team in Aruba, go somewhere else to play for Aruba, make our name bigger. I mean, it's really nice. So I love how my family supports me too. Doing it, they never fail me, so I want to make them proud, make everybody proud.
Time flies. It seems like yesterday I was speaking to the 14-year-old, and now 2 years later, we have an update for you. Baseball player Dijon Macaris signed a $1.1 million contract with the San Francisco Giants. All the hard work has gotten him signed with a Major League Baseball organization. I caught up with Dijon while he is training in Arizona about this great achievement. According to him, there's still plenty of hard work ahead. So 2 years ago when I interviewed you, you were very, very driven, inspired, you and your dad both. So tell me, did you continue working really hard since I spoke to you last?
Yes, for sure. I continue working hard every day, You know, it's a grind day by day. You gotta wake up every day and keep pushing, because it's not something easy. It's not something that comes to you. You gotta go get it. It's like the hungriness you have to get to practice every day hard and get to where you want to be. So I mean, yeah, working every day hard. I wanted to represent Aruba. I'm still going for it. I want to play for my island. I want my island to the top.
Talk about the contract that you just got signed on to.
So I just signed a signing bonus of $1.1 million, and we have our salary that's $500 every 2 weeks. So it's $1,000 a month. And the signing bonus contract is all the way till you get to the major leagues. And if you get released, okay, you get released, but the contract goes all the way to the MLB till you make it there.
When I interviewed you and your father was a big component in your success. He was very supportive. He took you to all the practices and he really believed in you. What do you want to say to your dad?
¡Ay! ¡Se fue la bola!
Dad, I can't say much. I love him a lot. He held me every step. He held me in everything. He pushed me to get to my goal. He always believed in me, always believed in me. He always tell me, keep pushing, son, because you better make it. And he always told me to keep faith in Lord Jesus. So I just had to keep going. So yeah, I love him a lot. Without him, I'm not here right now. He was the biggest person in my life right now in my baseball. So he kept pushing me every day. So yeah.
What was his reaction when you guys found out that you were going to be signed to the Giants?
He cried, I think. He cried. He cried. He was happy. He had a lot of emotions. But yeah, he was very happy and excited.
What are you going to change about yourself mentally and physically to get to the major leagues?
Right now my mentality is like, right now I know that this is the work. It just begins now. This is the real work coming in right now. So I gotta keep working hard because there's a lot of people wanting to get to the major leagues too. So I gotta focus on myself. It's just me versus me, and I know I just gotta go and get better every day. Try to progress every day, learn something new every day, and make the best out of it every day so I can get to the MLB.
Because you were little too, and you had
Yeah,
Xander Bogaerts, and you looked up to him. So, what
yeah, yeah,
would
for
be your
sure.
message to the little kids looking up to you who want to be a baseball player? Go ahead.
I just want them to enjoy the game, enjoy the law, and love the game a lot. Enjoy it, enjoy the process, enjoy the journey. Keep working, keep grinding, and in God's end, everything will come out good. The God's timing is perfect, so I want you to keep going, keep grinding. Yeah, Aruba is a really small island, and you don't see a big deal, big contract in a baseball a lot in Aruba. So I'm really, really grateful that they gave me the opportunity to with a big contract. And yeah, I'm really happy, and I'm ready to work for it. I'm ready to get to the MLB.
You simply can't deny the beauty of Aruba's coastline, but preserving this natural wonder takes action, not just admiration. The Aruba Conservation Fund and its partners recently gave Turning the Tide a whole new meaning. ACF, along with partners, invited stakeholders, press, and other members of the community to watch the premiere of the 90-minute documentary that takes us through the work that is being done to restore Aruba's mangrove forests and Aruba's coral reefs. Turning the Tide is doing so much more than simply educating the community of Aruba on a nature restoration pilot project. It is actually uniting communities for nature conservation in Aruba. I say this because by documenting the entire work that is being done in nature, then weaving it together with expert interviews in a movie-going experience complete with popcorn and big screen, it allows for undivided attention, making the message resonate in a more organic and impactful way.
Really was kind of shocked. A lot was gone.
Renee Hankins is interviewed in the film, and he is the project leader of Turning the Tide. He shares a 2023 before and after snorkeling experience with us.
So we were snorkeling and we were very happy when we came out of the water. I think it was a 1 kilometer drift. We came out of the water and all my colleagues, coral specialists, they were very happy because they didn't know that Aruba still had such a beautiful reef. With sea turtles, stingrays, a lot of fish. Diversity was quite good.
In just 1 year, the biologist personally witnessed drastic deterioration of Aruba's coral life, a stark reminder of why this restoration work is critical.
And the year after, I went snorkeling again. I was on the island and I saw, I wanted to enjoy nature. It was just 1 year later, and there was a disease, stony coral tissue loss disease, that raged the Caribbean, also coral bleaching. But I thought, well, it won't be that bad. But I snorkeled the reef again and it was really disappointing. So it was a smothering reef, not so many fish. It looked, a lot looked dead within 1 year. So I realized, have I seen the last beautiful reef of Aruba, or can we restore it or not? So I was very sad.
The documentary is divided into two key parts: the restoration of our precious mangroves and the protection of Aruba's coral reefs. In the documentary, you will see a detailed and close look into the hard work our nature partners and volunteers are doing to restore and protect coral reefs and mangroves.
Well, the whole project is focusing on two restoration interventions. We are restoring the mangroves. So the mangroves are silted because a lot of erosion material ends up from the hills into the mangroves, and the mangroves are becoming land. And that's what you don't want, because mangroves, they have a nursery function. Fish are getting born there, birds are breeding there. And if they are dying, yeah, you see it in the back of Spaan's Lagoon, it's just a muddy area, and we want that to be alive with mangrove again. So we have been digging silt traps, so if again erosion comes down the hills, the silt is concentrated in those silt traps, and we're opening the mud area again to make mangrove channels, so the tide is coming in again with fresh water.
Believe it or not, these large cement-like structures play a crucial role in coral restoration. They provide a foundation for coral development. One of the many fascinating insights you'll discover in the film.
The reefs part, we implemented 2 types of artificial reefs along the south coast in 3 locations, and we outplanted corals from scubble bubbles. We outplanted them on the artificial reefs, just to kickstart coral development.
One of the most powerful takeaways from the documentary is taking the journey with the nature experts on the field and then knowing that there's been progress made.
It was incredible to see the community coming together, eager to help.
Yesterday we were going to have a look, and what we saw was quite promising.
Exciting.
Nicole Dancer is from Scubble Bubbles, who played an integral role in the coral restoration pilot project. She says turning the tide on the big screen simply makes sense.
The Turning the Tide project was important to do because we really want to protect, restore, and conserve our nature, but making it into a documentary really shows a couple of things. One, it shows how connected the mangroves and the coral reefs are, and more importantly, there are so many people here who don't know the state of our environment, and they're not aware of what's going on there, both the negatives, but also the positives to help it, right? So many people don't know what kind of actions are being taken to help the coral reefs. And so by making this documentary, by making it on this big scale and making a little excitement behind it, we're hoping that more people will come see and learn what we're doing and how everybody here wants to help the environment.
It is evident the nature restoration work being done in Aruba currently is a team effort. It's also wonderful to see how proud all these partners are to work together and to contribute.
Mayang, ta nos mesu yuna, nos mesu chiquita nang me servim pa wak essa aqui nang conservar e preservar o que nós temos agora aqui para o futuro.
As part of the Turning the Tide project, Scubble Bubbles' role was actually to provide all the coral, because we're the only people doing coral restoration in Aruba. So the artificial reefs were brought in, they were done with the Aruba Conservation Foundation. Wageningen helped with some of the science and the monitoring of it, but we were the ones who provided the corals for those reefs.
Let's be honest for a moment. Conversations about the environment can sometimes carry a negative sentiment. But this documentary delivers a different message. Yes, Aruba's environment needs help, but as Turning the Tide shows, if we work together, we can make a difference.
If I had only one thing that I could wish everyone would take away from this film and from seeing the documentary, it would be that hope's not lost. And that there are a lot of people who care, and that if they just get involved and they take a little bit of a small step, their small step makes an even bigger step when we're all together and we're all working together. And so it's not all doom and gloom, even though we sometimes see it that way, but there is still hope. So I would want them to just walk away feeling hopeful.
This locally produced film made by the people of Aruba, about Aruba, for the Aruban community, is now playing in theaters. Check your local listings and experience Turning the Tide for yourself.